Welcome back to Campfire Tales, where the fire sputters low and the night weaves stories that chill your soul. I'm your host, drawing you close to the campfire to unravel tales that pulse with dread. Tonight we delve into the eerie tale of the demon's drum, a ghost story spun from cursed relics that lure the heart to ruin. What beats on the midnight breeze? Let's face the terror together. Settle in, but don't follow the drum. In 1930s rural Ohio, in a weathered farmhouse amid endless fields, sisters Sarah and Katie, ages 10 and 12, lived with their widowed mother Ruth, who had lost her husband only a few months prior to a sudden fever. The girls, restless and rebellious in their grief, often ignored Ruth's pleas for good behavior. One summer evening, lying in their shared bedroom with the window open to catch the cool breeze, they heard it. A rhythmic drumbeat carried on the wind, soft at first, then growing louder, hypnotic, pulling at their hearts. Curious, the sisters slipped out the window, barefoot in their nightgowns, following the sound across the moonlit fields. There, beneath an ancient oak, sat a strange but pretty little girl, her tangled hair catching the starlight, playing a small bone-carved drum etched with jagged symbols. But her eyes, strange purple eyes that seemed to glow in the night, gave away her demonic nature. Instantly captivated, Sarah and Katie wanted the drum for themselves. The girl smiled sweetly and whispered, "You can have the drum if you cut up your mother's best church dresses." The sisters agreed without hesitation, the drum's beat echoing in their minds as they returned home. The next day, while Ruth was at market, the girls found her wardrobe and spent hours meticulously cutting up all her best church dresses. The blue silk with lace trim, the green velvet with pearl buttons, every single one reduced to tattered rags. When Ruth returned and discovered the destruction, her face crumpled in devastation. "My beautiful dresses, gone," she wept, sending the girls to bed without dinner, their stomachs growling but their hearts racing with anticipation. That night, as punishment loomed, they heard the drum again, its rhythm calling through the open window like a siren's song. Sneaking out once more, they found the little girl beneath the oak, her purple eyes glowing brighter. "We did it!" Sarah cried. "Give us the drum!" But the girl refused, her smile twisting slightly. "Not yet. Tomorrow, break all your mother's best china if you want the drum." The girls agreed eagerly and returned home, the drum's promise burning in their souls. The following day, while Ruth tended the garden, Katie and Sarah gathered her cherished china set. The heirloom plates, bowls, and teacups that had belonged to her grandmother, passed down through generations. One by one, they smashed them against the kitchen floor, the delicate rose-patterned plates shattering into 100 pieces, the gold-rimmed teacups exploding like fireworks, the serving bowls cracking with finality. The sound was deafening, shards glittering like fallen stars. When Ruth discovered the devastation, she collapsed to her knees among the broken pieces, sobbing uncontrollably. "My grandmother's china, irreplaceable," she whispered, her voice breaking. Devastated beyond words, she sent the girls to bed, declaring, "You are not to leave this room for 3 days as punishment." But that very night, defying her orders, the drum's rhythm drifted through their window again, irresistible. Sneaking out, they found the girl waiting, purple eyes pulsing like amethysts. "We broke it all!" Katie exclaimed. The girl shook her head. "If you want the drum, destroy everything left that belonged to your father." The sisters hesitated for the first time, briefly remembering their father. A good man who had loved them dearly, who told them bedtime stories and carved wooden toys, but the pull of the drum's beat drowned their memories, the desire to claim it overwhelming their hearts. They agreed. The next day, they went on a rampage, smashing his tobacco pipe against the hearth, slashing his work shirts and trousers with kitchen scissors, ripping his beloved leather journals filled with sketches and poems. They ended by taking an axe to his favorite armchair, the worn oak chair where he sat every night, telling stories to his wife and daughters, its arms polished smooth from years of love. When Ruth found the destruction, she was beyond devastated, her spirit broken. Falling to her knees beside the splintered chair, she warned through tears, "Your horrible behavior will be your undoing if you don't change your ways." That night, hearing the drums call once more, the girls snuck out to find the little girl waiting, her purple eyes now blazing like twin moons. "We destroyed it all. Give us the drum," Sarah demanded. The girl grinned wickedly. "Burn down your house, and the drum is yours forever." Desperate to claim their prize, the girls agreed without a second thought. That very night, while Ruth slept, Sarah and Katie crept through the darkened house with a lantern and oil can, pouring fuel on the curtains, the rugs, the wooden beams. They struck the match, watching in mesmerized silence as flames leaped to life, dancing shadows across the walls. They danced in joy outside, believing the drum would finally be theirs, twirling in their nightgowns as the fire roared. Unaware, their mother's screams pierced the night as Ruth awoke trapped inside, pounding on a window before vanishing in the inferno. The girls, lost in their triumph, returned to the ancient oak to claim their reward. But there was no little girl, no drum, only silence. Returning to the smoldering ruins, they found no mother. Ruth had perished in the flames they set. No home, no parents. Nothing but ashes and the haunting echo of demonic laughter carried on the wind. A child's giggle twisted into something unholy. The sisters, now utterly alone, wandered into the night, the demon's laughter their only companion. Locals found only charred ruins, whispering of a cursed drum that lured souls to utter ruin in Ohio's shadows. That's the eerie tale of the demon's drum, rooted deeply in American folklore and inspired by scary stories to tell in the dark by Alvin Schwartz. This chilling cautionary tale, passed down through generations of American oral tradition, originated in the 19th century as a warning to disobedient children. Collected from Appalachian and Midwestern storytellers, it embodies the Puritan fear of temptation and the consequences of unchecked greed. The demon disguised as a child reflects early colonial anxieties about unseen evils corrupting the innocent, while the escalating acts of destruction mirror real historical tensions between filial duty and youthful rebellion during the Great Depression era, when the story was widely told. Now from German folklore comes its dark companion, the Devil's Fiddle, a tale inspired by the Brothers Grimm's Deutsche Sagen, 1816, and echoing the Faust legend. This story warns of musical temptation leading to moral ruin. In 1760s Bavaria, in a humble farmstead nestled among misty hills, young Hans, age 14, lived with his widowed mother and little sister, dreaming of music while shirking farm chores. One foggy autumn evening, tending sheep near the crumbling mill, he unearthed a weathered fiddle case from damp earth. Inside lay a black violin, ebony wood gleaming like polished obsidian, strings humming with infernal energy, reeking of sulfur and pine resin. A tall, shadowy man materialized from the mist, his eyes blazing like forge fires, whispering, "Play it, and riches beyond imagining are yours." Hans drew the bow. The mournful wail was exquisite, haunting, perfect. He hid the devil's fiddle in the hayloft, its melody consuming his soul. By day, Hans became a prodigy. Villagers gathered at the farmstead, mesmerized by his flawless playing. Melodies that brought tears, laughter, joy. Word spread beyond the hills. Travelers came from Munich, Salzburg, even Vienna to hear the boy fiddler of Bavaria. Inns paid gold coins for private concerts. Merchants showered him with silver. Within months, Hans was wealthy. Fine clothes, a new roof for the farmstead, meat on the table nightly. His mother beamed with pride. Villagers hailed him as blessed. But at night, the devil returned. First night, fiery eyes pierced the darkness. Keep the fiddle, steal apples from neighbor Miller by dawn. Greedy for the music's power, Hans obeyed, plucking ripe apples under moonless skies, heart pounding with forbidden thrill. Daylight fame grew. A nobleman gifted him a velvet case. Second night, the devil's voice hissed, "Grain sacks from the miller, he wronged your father." Hans dragged heavy sacks through fog-choked fields, sweat beating, fiddle's melody echoing in his mind. Village acclaim swelled, Festival organizers begged for performances, coin purses overflowed. Third night, fiery eyes burned brighter. Silver from the church altar, priest hoards it. Hans crept into the shadowed nave, fingers trembling as he pocketed gleaming coins, crucifix weeping wax tears above. Wealth poured in, carriages arrived with patrons, gold chains draped his neck. Fourth night, paranoia gripped Hans. His sister stared unnaturally, mother's soup tasted of ash. The devil demanded, burn the miller's barn, the final price. Hans, desperate to keep his fame, soaked timbers with lantern oil, striking flint with shaking hands. Flames erupted with a hungry roar, illuminating the devil's grinning face. The inferno spread uncontrollably, leaping to the village, then Hans's own farmstead. Screams filled the night as thatched roofs ignited. Hans fled through choking smoke. Fiddle clutched desperately, but the shadowy man materialized. The pact is complete. The violin burst into flames in his hands, burning his flesh. Hans stumbled into the pyre, consumed alongside his mother and sister, their screams lost to the crackling blaze. Dawn revealed smoldering ruins. The village devastated, Hans's gold melted into slag, the devil's fiddle claiming its price. Bavarian elders still warn, talent from darkness demands destruction. Why do these tales endure across centuries? It's the dread of cursed relics promising paradise, the demon's drum luring children, the devil's fiddle granting fame and fortune, but delivering despair. Inspired by timeless folklore, they teach, bad deeds birth only ruin. That's all for tonight's Campfire Tales. If these tales made you fear purple eyes and fiery gazes, share in the comments or tell us a tale from your hometown. Next time we'll unravel the accursed tale of the cursed locket. Until then, keep the fire burning and don't follow the drum.